All right, listen up for a second. Let me explain to you what the different assignments are. All right, a couple of groups in here, I've asked them to make a flow map, which is a thank you map. One second, Rand. That describes the steps in making a box and whisker. Isn't that right, Dustin? Your group is doing that. Or no, your group's not doing that. This group's doing that. And there was another group. What other group was doing the flow map? I thought there was another one. Okay. Y'all are? Okay. A couple of you, or at least one group, maybe two, I asked you to write a letter to a 6th grade student about the steps involved in making a box and whisker clock. Now, a 6th grade student's never studied box plots or box and whisker, right? So you're going to have to write a letter that's very descriptive. And you're going to have to use vocabulary that the 6th grader would understand, right? Like, if you said lower and upper extreme, do you think the 6th grader would understand that? No. Maybe, maybe not. Probably not.
Didn't we study that last week?
I don't know, did you?
No.
Okay. So what could you change, for example, what could you change lower and upper extremes to?
The median of the top?
Yeah. Biggest and lowest numbers, right, Joan? Now, Lexi, I think I asked y'all to draw a cartoon that describes why you prefer or do not prefer using a box and whisker as opposed to other graphs we studied this year. What kinds of graphs did we study besides box and whisker? Line graph, circle, bar, histogram. Right. Rain, what was your question?
I wasn't sure I would express.
Okay, take a tag with it. A couple of you I've asked to make flashcards. That's why you see some people with index cards. That will help you review the steps of making a box and whisker. Alexa, what did I give y'all to do? The letter to the 6th grade student. All right, then a couple of you actually draw a box and whisker and label the parts to it, okay? So it's a visual. Ooh, that's really good. Very good, Coach. I got to figure out. Look, once we get this, I'll figure. You save it to your documents, and then I'll figure out how we can put it on where everybody can see it. Well, but you got to have a folder to be able to save it to the drive. That's the problem.
Mr. Love?
Yeah, but I think last year they made one particular folder, like somebody over all of it has to make it where you can save stuff to it. Yeah.
For ours, can I draw it on paper?
Yeah. You don't have to do it on the laptop.
Okay, I could not.
Lauren, what did I ask y'all to do? All right, double bubble map. I asked one group to do a double bubble map that compares and contrasts box and whisker to other graphs like line plot, circle graphs, histogram, bar graphs, that kind of thing. Gianna, what did y'all do? The flow map?
Yeah.
Y'all doing the flow map? Dustin, what are y'all doing?
It's flow map.
Flow map also? Okay. All right, so
like this, and put the definition of strings
yeah. Are you taking the same format?
Oh, I thought we had to draw
So y'all going to combine what you're doing? Is he doing? You going to do a letter too? Okay. Okay. Visual for them to see. Yeah.
You got to do what the sign on it.
Well, have y'all decided whether you prefer it or you don't prefer it? You don't prefer it. So, which graph have we studied this year that you would prefer instead of a box? A bar graph. And why? Okay. So, there needs to be some kind of style dialogue in your cartoon that speaks to that. Speaks to, I don't know if you want to do it in one picture or a section of couple pictures. I don't know if you plan on having brain before. But it needs to speak to the fact that you don't like paragraphs, and this is why.
The extremes.
But it's a cartoon, so it kind of has like humor.
The line connected to.
That's it.
Like, there's going to
I
be
thought the extremes would be the first
She
one.
can do, she can
Because
do
they're the lowest and the highest.
This is like this. That's the median. That's these two are quartile.
Does that help her, Steve?
This would be an extreme.
All right, Ray, you missed. Well, no, you were still here when I was talking about something.
Wouldn't that be one of the first steps?
One
Extremes
second.
because they're just the highest and lowest numbers.
The first step, you have to find a median. Then you have to find a
Okay.
quartile.
But what we have to be careful of
Now you're going to find a
right
median.
with 6.
Okay, I need an idea. How can
But now, if you got that out of the textbook, sometimes the definition doesn't make any sense either. So you want to put it in words and
Okay.
sample
What-
ideas
what-
instead of strings, higher or lower.
Because I need reference.
All right.
What do you mean? I'm making slides for the comic. This is also called
I think it's spelling wet.
oh my god. No.
I'll touch it.
You got yours on Friday? Did you use yours on Friday? I can't find it. Yeah. Be right there, Grace. Yeah, you want something. Drawing make some signs. Just something you can whip out pretty quick. All right, Cassie, tell me some of the things that y'all consider making these cards. What do you want to make sure of? Or tell me what you're going to look for. What you already. Okay. So which parts? Or what parts do you want to have to make sure you include? Okay. And what else? Okay. And what else is on that box? So what else is on the box? Which median, and string? Okay. So on one side, do you have a question or not?
One side is the
Okay. So this is more of a study type card instead of asking. Huh? Yeah, that'd be great. Like, yeah. If you don't have but one number in the middle, you throw it out. You're fine. What do you do? That's a good question. Yeah. So what do you do with the two in the middle? Well, to find the median, yes. But when you're finding the quartiles, what do you do?
We'd have to use the same numbers.
Right. you include as far as? Okay, thank you. Because it's already. Do what? Right, so tell me what kind of things, Tracy, that you made sure that this is. Y'all got it?
No, right? Mr. Bone, can it be a stick man? Like that? Yes, I want to do that.
Yeah, but this is. You
Maybe.
need to break it down. Right. But into how to find the 4 times, maybe below it. Or you already did away with those boxes that were below it? Because what you showed in the beginning was.
Can we do like an example?
Yeah, that would be good.
Could just put like that right there. That's right there.
Yeah. And use one right out of the text.
All right.
Dude, this is being a teacher. Social teachers.
I'm not concerned with what you make it look like. I'm concerned with what it's saying.
How do you draw that?
I would rather see it instead of just find 4 times, say 5 data. How do you find 4 times? Two equal parts, median of each part. You're actually trying to find it. What does it show? What is it? What it, for example, circle graph. What's a circle graph? Percent parts of the whole. What is a part? Oh, yeah. Right, that's fine. I want you to find out what is boxes. Tell us. What can we tell from boxes? Tell us. What are they? Well, yeah, we can find the range right in front of you. Because, why, how can we find the range? How do you find the range? Yeah, so that must mean that our whiskers are upper, are our highest point number. So if we look at box whisker, we can find the smallest number in our setting, our biggest number, our middle number.
Draw the
what are the
boxes.
2 sides of the boxes show? Up the 2 parts. So you're basically seeing smallest, another 4th, halfway, another 4th, biggest. So that's what it's showing.
Spell witch wrong. Are you serious? How do you spell witch? W-H.
I know, right? So then you define what you've said up here. Ah, okay. Okay. Let's work on your class. Okay, are y'all done with this? Okay, we have your piece of paper. Now, are we doing it on paper? We're not doing it on here. I'd like for you to do it on here. See if I can put it on here and save it to your document. Yeah. And then I'm going to figure out a way to get it where we all can. Yeah. Yeah, that's really good. Very good visuals, diagrams.